Viewers, welcome to our fifth lesson for the grade 10 to 11 geography lesson series from NANCOL. Our topic for today is map work. My name is Eino Ankonga from Ella Du Plessis. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to use a map scale to calculate distance in reality, to convert from ratio to word scale, to convert from a smaller map scale to a larger map scale, or from a larger map scale to a smaller map scale. You should also be able to determine the 6-figure grid reference or locate features on the map using the 6-figure grid reference. To state directions and bearings in the map, to identify economic activities with evidence from the map, to calculate gradient and comment on the steepness of the slope, to describe relief in a map. Map scale is the relationship between the distance on the map, which is always in centimeters, and the distance on the ground. For example, a scale of 1 to 50,000 means 1 centimeter on the map represents 50,000 centimeters on the ground. Converting of map scale. In reality, it would sound like a long distance if one says, I traveled 50,000 or 100,000 centimeters from home to school. Therefore, we are going to start by learning how to convert ratio scale to word scale. For example, a scale of 1 to 50,000, you need to convert it to word scale, but the map distance remains unchanged. We are going to change the ground distance by either writing in the 50,000 in words or converting the ground distance to either meter or kilometer. To meters, we must divide by 100, and to kilometer, we must divide by 100,000. 50,000 divided by 100, it will give us 5,000 meters. 50,000 divided by 100,000, it will give us 0.5 kilometers. Then we write this in words. Examples: 1 centimeter on the map represents 5,000 meters on the ground, or 1 centimeter on the map represents 0.5 kilometers on the ground. It is also important that we are able to express this scale in different ways, such as a fractions or as words. Viewers, let's measure the distance between 2 points in the map and calculate the distance in reality using the map scale. Using map scale to calculate distance in reality. Firstly, we determine whether it's a curved or a straight distance. If it's a curved distance, we measure using a paper or a string. If it's a straight distance, we measure the distance with a ruler in centimeter. Secondly, we multiply the distance that we measured in the map with the ground distance on the map scale, which is always 50,000. Lastly, we divide the answer with either 100 to have our answer in meters or 100,000 to have our answer in kilometers. Grid reference. 6-figure grid references are coordinates which consist of a series of vertical or longitude and horizontal or latitude lines in a map indicating a specific or precise location. In order to give a more specific location, we use these numbers. It is also important to know that the examiner can expect you to be able to use this number to state or name features, natural or human features that are found at that specific location. We use the following step to determine six-figure grid reference. The grid reference consists of degrees, minutes, and seconds. First, we give the latitude lines, the degrees, the minutes, and the seconds. Then we give the longitude lines, also degrees, minutes, and second. It is important to know how to give or find directions and bearings so that we are able to know where we are coming from or heading to, and to prevent ourselves from getting lost in a town while we have a map to inform us. We use the following steps to find direction. We need to establish where we are coming from first and where we are going. We then draw a straight line running north to south in the middle of the area where we are coming from. After that, we connect the two places again with a straight line. Then we first draw in the east to west line, since the north to south line was already drawn first. After that, we add the other four: northwest, southwest, southeast, and the northeast. And for us to be more precise of our directions, we must add the other directions, 8 directions, such as north, northwest, north, northeast, east, northeast, south, southeast, east, southeast, west, northwest, south, southwest, west, southwest. It is important that at our level we are able to give precise or accurate direction and not just northwest while the thing is far from northwest. We are going to use the following steps to determine bearing. Just as with direction again, where we need to establish where we are coming from first and where we are going to. We then draw a straight line running from north to south in the middle of the area where we are coming from. After that, we connect the two places again with a straight line. We then place a protractor on a straight line which runs from north to south. We read our bearing from north going clockwise. Our answer must always be given in 3 digits. Economic activities. Economic activities refers to primary, secondary, and tertiary activities which are found on the map. Examples of tertiary activities include things such as schools, hospitals, hotels, churches. They are also called services, and we need to be able to identify them on the map. While secondary activities will occur if there are factories and industries in the map. Primary activities, on the other hand, involve activities such as agriculture, farming, mining, fishing, hunting, and forestry. The most common types of primary activities commonly presented on maps are farming and mining. We should then be able to identify these types of primary activities by using map references or evidence from the map. For farming, it can either be crop farming, which is also known as arable farming, or pastoral farming, which is also known as animal farming. And we look for evidence such as a name of the farm, for example, sugarcane plantation, orchard and vineyard, reservoirs showing irrigation, silos, kraal, deep tank. While for mining, we look for the name of a mine, coal mine, open cast mine, digging and excavations. Viewers, why do you think mining and farming activities may be found in some parts or areas of the maps and not others? Gradient refers to an increase or a decrease in an altitude of a slope when you move over a certain distance between two areas. We use the following to work out gradient. We first determine the height of the two places above sea level in meters. We then find the vertical interval between the two areas in meters by subtracting the lowest height from the highest height. We must then measure the horizontal distance between these two places in centimeters. After that, we need to convert this horizontal distance from centimeters to meters since we measure the distance on the map. We multiply the distance with the map scale and divide it with 100 to obtain our answer in meter. Then we have our vertical interval in meters and our horizontal distance in meter. Then we comment on the steepness of the slope, if it is steeper or gentle. A slope can either be steep or gentle. If the contour lines are closer to each other, the area is said to be steep and mountainous. If the contour lines are far from each other, then we say the slope is gentle, flat, or low-lying. We also need to give the highest and the lowest point in the map. At the end, I would just like to highlight the following learning objectives. Use the map scale to convert from ratio scale to word scale. Convert from smaller scales to larger map scales or from larger map scale to smaller map scale. Calculate distance in reality. Determine the six-figure grid references or locate features on the map using the six-figure grid references. State directions and calculate bearings. Identify economic activities with evidence from the map. Calculate gradient and comment on the steepness of the slope. And describe relief on a map. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye until next time.